explanation for week 1. I'm in week 1 on Blackboard. You would have clicked on the week 1 lessons and folder, and you would find this information inside the folder. So this week you're going to view the videos, the course overview, the syllabus, and the week 1 explanation. There are 3. They're pretty short. I think the course overview is the longest because it does walk through Blackboard, but it would be a benefit to you to look at all 3 videos, spend some time and view them. You're going to introduce yourself in the class blog. You're going to post a photo or video and share a children's book from your childhood. Include an image of the cover of the book, and then you're to read at least 2 of your colleagues' postings and comment. Kind of welcome them to the class, get to know each other. And the class blog is right here, and you can click on there and it will take you to the class blog. Then you're going to use some information from chapter 1 of our textbook. Don't worry if you haven't purchased it yet. I have added chapter 1 here, and you can use that, but you will need to either rent or purchase or borrow the book. And you're going to create a timeline of the history of children's literature. So there's information in chapter 1 about the history of children's literature, and you're going to actually find a website such as timetoast.com, but there are other ones, or create your own timeline. Make sure it looks professional, and make sure you've added much about the history. In your timeline, you're going to post that in the 1 week Dropbox, which is here, week 1 Dropbox. And then again, using the information from chapter 1, in the textbook, you're going to list the 8 genres of children's literature. You're going to describe each one in your own words, and then add an image of a book cover, which would be an example of that genre, and you're going to post your work in the week 1 Dropbox. Then in your virtual groups, you're going to select a touchstone book from the covers of the textbook, and I have included that as well here, so you don't have to worry about that this week. Now, there are picture books and there are novels or chapter books. If you decide to pick a picture book, your group has to pick 3 picture books. If your group selects a chapter book or a novel, then you only need to purchase 1 and read that, and you're going to discuss either the 3 picture books in week 2, or you're going to, if you've picked a novel or a chapter book, you're going to discuss that virtually in week 2, which means you need to set up a WebEx account. To get your WebEx account, you need to go to the helpline, the Laverne helpline. I'd email the Laverne helpline, tell them your name, tell them you're from the Educational Studies program at the LaFetra College of Education, and that you need a WebEx account, and they will send you the information to set up that account. You do need that because your group will record using WebEx, and that's how I know that you have your virtual discussions on a weekly basis of the text of the children's literature that you'll be reading that week. I've already sent you a list of books, and I sent you the list of groups in which you're a member of one of those groups, and that's the group that you'll be working with for the 8 books from the 8 genres that you received previously. If you don't have those in your email, let me know, send me an email, and I'll send them again. You can also find them right here in Blackboard in the virtual groups book list here, but you are to set up a WebEx account, and starting the 2nd week, it will take a little bit. It's a little cumbersome to figure it all out, but it becomes easier as the semester goes on. And once you've discussed that book with your group, then you will individually blog about the book and in your reader's response blog, and that assignment's in the syllabus, and you can find that as well if you look in the syllabus. And I talked about that a little bit as well in the course overview or the syllabus overview. So you'll find the syllabus here as well. I have a copy of it in Blackboard as well. So that's your virtual group, and that's going to be your discussion about your touchstone. Sometimes they're called milestone books as well, but I have that link right here, so you can also find that here. And last but not least, it's an optional, but I give extra credit, and you'll see that I give extra credit along the semester because I really firmly believe that if your work rises above my expectations, I give you extra credit. If I ask you if I can use your work as an exemplar, you'll get extra credit for that, an exemplar for future classes. But if you would like to create the Getting to Know You, can only respond to the questions that you feel comfortable. If there's a question you don't want to respond to, by all means, you do not need to respond to them. You can see mine. I have mine right here, and you can read through me and get to know me a little bit better, and I can also get to know you. And that's why we do interest inventories, to get to know our students. If you don't take anything else from this course, the one thing I do want you to remember, always, 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 as a future teacher, is to establish relationships with your students. Always, always, always work on those for every single one of your students. Your students may never, ever remember the content you teach them, but they will always remember how you treated them, how you showed you cared for them, and I think that's so important. Hopefully you'll see me doing that with you this semester through emails, through my feedback online, and hopefully the way I have the course set up that you'll feel comfortable with it. If at any time you have questions, never, ever, ever hesitate to ask me. Don't wait. Ask me. Even if you think the question is stupid, which I never think any question is stupid. If you do, please ask me anyways. And sometimes it's a question that I'm like, oh, I forgot that information. Oh, I need to let people know that. I need to let the whole class. I may send out an announcement after you've asked me that question so that everybody gets that response as well. Anyways, this is week 1. You can view this video as many times as you need to better understand the week. And as always, I'll see you online. And please don't hesitate to ask me questions if you have any.